Hey, welcome. Got some breaking news. And that is Nick Haynes has signed a 1-year deal with the Carlton Football Club. We saw this reference last week when we were talking about the Brodie Kemp potential extension, but it is now official that Nick Haynes has earned himself another year at Carlton, and it comes after what has been, I think, a surprisingly positive season. This is one of the positive stories of the year in a year that hasn't gone right in a lot of areas, and this was also a story that had a lot of doubt behind it as well. So after 13 seasons at the GWS Giants, he made the trek to Carlton. He was 32 at the time. He's 33 right now at the time of filming this video. And this is his season. He played every single game. He played 23 games, ranked elite for marks, as you can see here. He actually finished third in the league for total marks. But for a slowish start in the season, he was fantastic. But before we get there, let's unpack his entire year and let's look at this situation as a whole. So, pre-season, he was stationed straight away in that back line. There were talks about, Jack Silvani going back there. There was talks about Ollie Hollands playing a bit more in the half-back line. We know that Lucas Camporelli debuted early on that defensive wing. So we knew that it would be a new look back line, and he slotted in pretty well. I still remember the pre-season games and the match simulation that I went to. He just looked experienced, and it's what we were definitely lacking. We did get to the early season, and there was a bit of an adjustment. I think, round one was awful for everybody. He copped a bit of criticism for his first game. I think a lot of the new guys that come to the club have experienced it. I still remember Blake Acres' first game against Richmond in round one. Just needed to adjust to the bright lights and, the 80,000 plus people in the stadium. And I think Nick Haynes might have had something similar happen to him. But to be honest, after that, he was reliable. And he became pretty quickly one of almost our leaders out there on the field. I think when I think of leadership, you've got to be reliable. And I think he was reliable, so much so that we even saw him start to get a bit more demonstrative with his demeanor to other players. It didn't take him too long to get acclimatized there on the field, which was good. And, it was pretty quickly determined that he had been a really good acquisition for the team and for the club. The game against Geelong was also a highlight. He had 13 marks in this game. A lot of intercept marks, a lot of intercept possessions. And I think from this point onwards, I think he gathered the support of the majority of the fan base. He was a little shaky early, as I said, but from this point onwards, I think it became pretty clear that he was not a worry at all.
To Haynes. And some good closing speed from the former Giant. Humphreys on the left. Well done, Haynes. Koning's hands were good.
That's what pressure does, though. Yeah, they just dump kick, wasn't it, JB? That's there.
Atkins pushes Cripps off it. Tumble punt to centre half forward, but Haynes with the height advantage over close. He keeps it in motion as well. Close to target. Haynes uses his body.
And Haynes has had really good to go. O'Connor unable to break it out of the hands of Haynes.
Been terrific this third quarter, Haynes.
Motlop further afield, doesn't want to go there, goes with a longer ball. And it's going to work! O'Connor.
Terrific spot.
Out of the hands of Wiltshire.
He's been fantastic, Haynes.
He kicks towards Neil on the wing. Knocked down by Cameron. He's caught by Haynes and gave it up.
Another layer to that importance, Nico. In the middle, close, misses.
Determined Atkins. Haynes, look at him. Never out of it for long.
What a game he's played.
A
He's been the
Herculean performance.
So we drew some notable praise from Michael Voss and even Jacob Wiedering and the like, particularly after the St Kilda game, the performance that he had and also the relationship that he had quickly struck with Wiedering and Silvani and McGovern, who was playing in the back line at the time as well. So much so that by the end of the year, Carlton had already started looking to extend his contract beyond 2025 and into 2026. And that brings us to this video. So he's had a good year. He is 33 years of age, and that can sometimes come with trepidation. I think for some reason, Carlton players, as soon as they hit 30, they look and play like they're 38. But Haynes has been a really good acquisition. I don't know where you sit on his leadership, but I just think he slotted so well in that position and in that role for the team. And as we move forward now with Jack Silvani leaving, not knowing what's going to be replaced there, we know that Harry O'Farrell won't play for the majority of next season, but we do know that Harry Dean will likely come to the club. This is a really good mentor to have there. I think also a guy like Lockie Cowan has and will continue to learn off Nick Haynes. And so I still look at him in a very similar way to what I looked at him at the start of 2025. From what I recall, I didn't think he would play every game. I didn't think we would rely on him to play every game. But I did think that we would rely on his experience and his know-how and his IQ to pass that on to the younger players. And I think now that we have a lot more younger players in this group who are about to play more senior football in the next few years, I think he's going to become even more important. So that's the update. Nick Haynes, 1-year extension. I think well-deserved. Played every game. Overcame some struggles, but slotted in. Did very well, and one of the few positive stories. So what do you think of this? What do you think of the year? And what do you think of Nick Haynes' 2025 season? Let's chat about it below.